a bit cautious. Before you just throw money at a company that gives all these unrealistic promises, have a bit of a gut check and think, is that realistic? Because if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you for tuning into the show. Whether you are watching this on martialartsmedia.com or on YouTube, or listening while on the move on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher, this is the Martial Arts Media Business Podcast. My name is George Fourie, and on this show we interview top martial arts school owners, share success stories, share martial arts stories from great martial arts experts, and then we talk about lead generation and marketing strategies in between. So a quick heads up before we jump into the show. I just wanted to make sure that you are already part of our Martial Arts Media business community. It is our free Facebook group where we hang out every day. We talk about lead generation, marketing, and all things martial arts. You can jump in by either clicking a link close to this video or go to martialartsmedia.group. So not martialartsmedia.com, just martialartsmedia.group. That'll take you there. That's the best place for you to go after the show. We are in there every day, and there's a bunch of free resources that we have already uploaded into the group. Things about how to attract the right students, how to increase your sign-up base, how to retain more members, etc. So jump into the show. I will catch you in the group once the show is done. Enjoy. I'll speak to you soon. Hey, Georgia. Hope you're well. So when is too good to be true too good to be true? Right, so chatting to someone in Rhode Island yesterday, great martial artist, and talking about getting burnt with marketing companies. And I like to keep this podcast positive, but there's some things that just piss me off, right? And this is one of them, because whenever somebody makes promises, it's always a red flag for me, right? If somebody makes a promise and say they'll get you so many martial arts student sign-ups in X amount of time, guaranteed, I think, all right, that's interesting. Maybe that's true, but at what cost and at what expense? There's one thing to sell a trick and one thing to actually know a strategy. And unfortunately what happens is, and all respect to everybody starting out a business and trying to get things ahead, but when you start making money at the expense of others, that just doesn't sit well with me. It just doesn't. Like the one thing that attracted me to the martial arts industry was when you look at the things that you see on the wall of average martial arts school, and you probably have it as well, right? Discipline, respect, confidence, focus, depending what type of school you have, right? But it's those values that resonate with me, and that kind of got me going in the industry, right? Because it was like, okay, it's the practical personal development. But then, if I see people working in the industry, or, maybe they're from the outside, or, that doesn't gel with those values, I'm just not a fan of that, right? So here's the thing. It's really easy to sell a tactic. And what I mean by that is you get started, you figure some little trick and tactic out, and it works. One part of it works. Right? Only one part of it works. And now you go shout it from the rooftops, and you go post in all the martial arts groups, and you tell everybody about this cool thing that you've got going. And people fall for it because it taps into the secret desire of having a quick fix. The secret desire of, I can push this button or give this company money and they're just going to do everything for me. And I've never once seen that work. I haven't. For a little bit there, I was trying to be that company, but it's not ethically and humanly possible because you can only ever serve one component. And unless you are doing everything from the minute people engage with you to being the instructor on the mat and furthering that, have that congruent flow of what you're doing, it's just not possible. So here's what fired me up about this is, this company made all these promises and they put this ridiculous offer on the front end for people to buy. And on the front end, it looks, wow, it's irresistible. So of course people take it. But what type of people are taking it? Well, the people that you probably don't want in your school because they were just bargain hunters. They just saw something that was so good, so irresistible, so great, that they went and bought it. So for the lead company, well, hey, they deliver on their promise, right? Because they got you the signups. Not the signups that you wanted, but they got you some signups. But for you as a school owner, you sit with the crap. And I remember speaking to Kevin Blundell a couple of years back now on perhaps it's podcast number 20. If you go martialartsmedia.com/20, it might be this podcast. But he was talking about having the wrong offer, having the wrong front-end offer, and the damage that did. It took them more than a year to actually clean out the bad students that they attracted. So be a bit cautious before you just throw money at a company that gives all these unrealistic promises. Have a bit of a gut check and think, is that realistic? Because if it's too good to be true, it probably is, right? Too good to be true. And it might work on the front end, but what cost? At what cost for you, your culture, your existing students, and everyone on the back end? Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. I might share some other stuff that really pissed me off on another episode. But hey, if you need help with this kind of stuff, and I'm not talking about a quick fix, but talking real help, real help to scale your business, to grow your business with a real marketing strategy from the front end to the back end, something that's going to work with your offer on the front end when people connect with you, to something that's going to be congruent with your sales process. And I'm super clear about that, your process, not someone else's, but yours, because someone else's process might not work for you, right? Then send me a message. No high pressure, no weirdness. We'll have a chat, and if I feel we can help, we'll take the conversation further. Awesome. I'm going to run off, get some other work done. I will speak to you soon. Cheers. Thanks again for tuning in. Was it helpful? Did you get something of good value for your martial arts business? Then please do me a favor and let us know. Leave us a comment wherever you watched or listened to this, or just head over to iTunes and just leave us an awesome review. That way we'll know that we are on the right track, and we'll keep bringing you great shows with great interviews, sharing great strategies and tips. So if you haven't yet, now's a good time to head over to our group, martialartsmedia.group. That's the Martial Arts Media business community. I'll see you in the group, and I will see you on the next show.